So this woman that claims to be a man now, who's transformed to be a man, she comes out and says that she never knew how lonely it would be a man. Well, to be fair, first of all, let's address this man, woman, or whatever you want to call it. But pretty good effort. Um, the beard's looking good. I mean, if you told me the voice sounds good. The voice sounds good. If you told me that she was a man, I would believe you. So really good job on that. The doctor, whoever. But anyway, back to the point.
Nobody told me how lonely being a man is. I had closer friendships with random women I met in the bathroom before I transitioned at clubs because of how open women are than I've had in my 8 years of transitioning.
I don't claim to be professional in this area. However, what this I'm just gonna call him a man, because it's pretty good. Doctor did a really good job. I'm impressed. But yeah, so what this man is trying to say is, when he was a woman, it will be a lot easier to talk to women because women are more emotional creatures and they're more vulnerable sex, right? So they're more social and they look out for each other more socially. Say if a woman gets into some trouble, she's showing signs that she may be feeling threatened from a certain person, maybe a man, and another woman will come and help, right? Well, a woman will be the first to help and recognize the situation. So what this dude is trying to say is, when he was a woman, it'll be a lot easier to talk to other women. However, when he's a man, there's a certain understanding that regular men don't really communicate like that. They don't talk about their feelings like that, and that's just natural to men. Like, if men were to communicate their feelings all the time, that would make them women. That would make them weak, discussing weakness, gossiping about random shit. Because humans don't really care about each other that much as people think, right? A lot of the communication between women is just the surface level. On the surface level, you say, "Oh my God, you look so beautiful," but behind closed doors, they'd be the first to talk shit about the person. So this guy misses the companionship that he would receive when he was a woman, and now since he's a man, let's hear what he has to say about now that he's a man, what he has to say.
Because women are just so much more vulnerable and deep than men.
Yeah, so he says that women are more vulnerable and deep. However, yeah, as I said before, right, it's not necessarily deep. It's a lot of it is surface level. They are more vulnerable. They're more emotional. They're more likely to lie, to cater to emotions because them themselves are emotional, right? So we'll continue. It's a misconception, right, of women being deep, but I think that male relationships and relationships between men have potential to be a lot deeper than a lot of these relationships that he thinks are deep.
But to have known, and I think a lot of trans men feel this, is we knew what depth felt like before we transitioned. We knew what it felt like to like have people want to hug us and to have people want to talk to us and to have a community. And then you transition and you're just a guy walking down the street that people cross the street.
You're not a dude, bro. Come on. Like, you're not a dude. This is not natural for you to feel the way you do and feel left out and feel like you've been abandoned somewhat, right? It's not natural to feel like that. That's why you're getting so emotional about it. You are not a man. That's the truth. As much as you look like a man, and I'd honestly believe that you're a man if you just told me you're a man and when we're walking down the street, but you're not a man. You don't understand the struggles, and you can see the difference between men and women, which is really brings up a really interesting point. But anyways, we'll let this man continue talking. Woman.
And friendships are so much harder to build. And people are colder.
Friendships are harder to build. Yeah, strong friendships are always hard to build, man and women. Either way, surface level friendships are easy to build.
None of this invalidates how real and raw women and people who are in marginalized groups feel about cis white.
Just because you talk about your feelings a lot doesn't mean you have more depth to you. And just because you can be more vulnerable doesn't mean it necessarily has more depth to you. Rather, you just like to talk about your feelings because you are a woman and you feel more and you want to talk about it, and talking about it makes you feel better. And now that you're a man, you realize that regular men don't really talk about their feelings like that, like women do. But you're not a woman, you're a man. I mean, you're not a man, you're a woman. See this, doctor, bro. Good effort.
All of that's valid. But I also now understand why the suicide rate is so much higher in men. Because this shit is lonely. And I'm an emotionally mature man. I know how to build friendships, and it is still really, really hard. Try to think about how you can. In all of that's.
Well, I keep saying that the doctor did great. Obviously, the doctor did do great. Respect whoever organized this whole thing. This woman's got going on. This woman did pretty good, right? But claiming that you're emotionally intelligent man or whatever you said, like that's just straight delusion, right? This is some leftist delusion right here in HD. But however, he does bring up an interesting fact about the male suicide rate. It is around 3 times higher than the woman's, and the reasons are valid. Men have always like had a harder life. Definitely, male suicide rate has always been higher than women's, but it's been skyrocketed in the past 5 to 10 years after a lot of this nonsense about depression and stuff in the West, at least, and promoting being weak, feeling more. Because if you're actually a man and you feel more, unlike this woman dude, and you actually feel more, you have naturally more testosterone, and that natural testosterone is gonna be shown in other ways, like anger, violence, gang-related violence, killing, murder, just doing bad things. Most of the crimes in the world, serious crimes, are committed by men, and those are not stoic men, and those are men that are very, very emotional men. And when men are emotional, things get bad. As we know, shout out Tate.
Try to think about how you can, in your small little community where you feel safe, can reach out to the men in your life and just help them feel maybe seen for a moment. Or do little conversations to help their emotional maturity so that they can reach out to people and have deeper guy friendships. Try.
So this is absolute, the video is better finished, but this is absolute terrible advice because this woman keeps forgetting that she's not really a man. And that's what is wrong here. So please don't take actual advice from this person, but rather look at it as a lesson that, well, if you don't understand that a man life is harder than woman's, and it is a more lonely life, right? You have to build your value, and people are only going to respect you if you provide value to the world, right? So the whole fundamental of this person's mindset is all messed up, delusional, everything like that. However, it does serve as a reminder as to how men's life and women are different. If you're a woman, you're going to be celebrated just for being a woman, especially in today's society. You go girl, all that shit. You're a queen. They call each other queens. Just go on a girl's Instagram photo. Go underneath all people saying good job, just for being a woman, right? You don't really see the same level as a man. Maybe in today's society you see it a bit more. However, that does not create desirable and strong men that are required to lead the future generation. So don't listen to this guy. So make it as a reminder that men's life is more difficult, and move on. And the way men deal with problems is not through talking about it, it's through action. If you talk about it, you're going to feel it more. It's going to be worse for you. But yeah, thanks for watching. It's my first video on the channel. Just saw some footage back, my lips dry as fuck. Now a bit better. But yeah, subscribe if you want to see more, and send more videos for me to check out and give my thoughts on, you know. Thank you very much.